how would a person function in a society when awakening goes against many of the teachings from our society?
Give me an example.
So let's see if we come behind all the programming that's going on. Like, we live in this society of like having lots of fun, we're always distracted, have all these substances we can, consume.
Right.
So if somebody is awakening or wakes up from all this and it's like, oh man, I'm really manipulated, how can they integrate, or like how is it possible for them to live in a society when they, let's say,
they've had an awakening and it's all around them,
or get into this bird's eye perspective and see the
so what we're talking about is the matrix. That's the way I like to use the word, right?
Okay.
So the matrix is like, if you think of the movie The Matrix, as they're walking down the street, this, Neil, is the matrix. And he's seeing all these, we call them NPCs, these people just walking down the street doing their thing. We live in a sort of matrix, and when you awaken to the knowing that that's what this is, there's an art and a dance of keeping one foot in the matrix, because you're going to need to. Most people live in cities, and most people live in areas and places where there's a lot of people and there's a lot of structure. And if that's the case, which it is, and even people who don't like me, I still have to be a part of the matrix. I use money. We have to buy things, and we have to go and get in our cars and go over here, and there are rules. But yeah, once you get that bird's eye perspective of like, wow, look at all this programming, look at my friends, oh wow. I think the key is to not, again, it kind of goes back to that when the curtain opens up and you're like, oh my God, and you're seeing all this stuff that's like really happening behind the scenes, and how a lot of it is, and a lot of this programming is pushed on us constantly through, the use of alcohol, and like you said, get people hooked on the sport so they're distracted. It's nothing wrong with still enjoying the drink or the have the beer or whatever, or to go out and watch sports. It's beautiful, because that's also a part. It's very paradoxical, right? Because it's a part of creation. The sports that you're going to watch, and the camaraderie of being with your friends and all that. But start to just notice that it seems like there's something behind all this that really wants you to go there, wants you to watch this certain type of news. And then you go, oh, I see. And you rise up above them and that. And then you can start to look at it as a game. And you can go, okay, all right, what's my rule? Okay, well, I'm gonna keep my one foot in the matrix and play. But my knowing is that there's much more going on to this cosmic showdown that we're in right now. We are in a massive situation. And to be able to keep that one foot in so that you can function in life and enjoy this thing called life. And at the same time, know that there's something much bigger going on, and you're a part of it. Become your best version. Treat people the best you can. There's going to be some people you're going to walk away from once you realize this stuff, and you will, I think Dimitri calls it, loving from a distance, and you will begin to love certain people from a distance, because they won't be frequency specific with you anymore. You will, and I know a lot of people are going through this in the world. We just had a big whack on top of the head, where all of a sudden we've got people telling us we need to do this and we need to do that, and we're like, wait a minute, I thought you were my friend, and we saw this happen. Separation. That's all done by design. And I'm not saying that we even need to go back to those people, because a lot of them have not only drank the Kool-Aid, but the Tang as well, as we call it, as he says in the book. It's like they've really, and for some of us, it is going to be these distinctions within the matrix as it gets stronger and stronger, a separator. And people say that, well, you talk about unity consciousness. I do, but there's some people who don't want to be conscious. They're not ready to be conscious yet.